Good morning, everybody. Coming up after the break, we are learning the science of cider, live and local in Colorado's Apple Valley. Can you guess where we are? Penrose, and we're doing some experiments. I'm going to gain some experience coming up after the break.
548 right now. Founded in 2017, Apple Valley Cider Company was born from a love of craft brewing and cider making.
Right now, Lauren McDonald is live and local in Colorado Springs, in Colorado's Apple Valley, I should say, checking out the science behind cider. Lauren, good morning.
Guess what, guys? Good morning. We are live and local, as you said, at Apple Valley Cider Company, and they're accepting apple occasions. Just kidding, they're not, but we are live and local this morning, checking this newest craft cidery out here in the Apple Valley. Penrose here with Kevin Williams, founder and owner of Apple Valley Cider Company. So you're a scientist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're a brewer. You've been a brewer for a very long time.
I was a brewer. I brewed beer at Walters in Pueblo for a long time, and then decided to start doing cider instead.
Right, and you guys just started this venture last year. It's been going for about 8 months, right?
Yeah, we bottled our first batches in January. We started putting everything together in July.
Okay, so the main difference between brewing beer and making cider.
So beer, you cook it, you boil it, and there's a long process in the beginning. Beer is made from grain, cider is made from fruit, so cider is actually a wine. Mm-hmm. You do juice, and we do a fruit puree in 2 of our ciders. So all of it starts with 100% apple juice. Then we put pureed peaches in our peach cider, mm-hmm. and pureed black currants in our black currant cider. Right. And we finish everything with a little more apple juice to get it a little bit sweet again.
Nice and crisp.
Yeah, give it some more apple flavor and apple essence back. So
refreshing. I'm a big fan of the cider, that's for sure. But I've never had craft cider, so I'm super excited about this morning. Now, this is pretty much the first process of your brewing, right?
So fermentation tanks, they are temperature controlled. We fill them with juice. We add yeast, just like you would with wine, or just like you would with beer. Mm-hmm. And then they ferment at about 70 to 72 degrees. Mm-hmm. Goes in there for about a week, or actually it stays in these tanks for a little over 2 weeks, but the fermentation process is pretty quick with cider. They ferment out in about a week, and then we let it sit, we chill it to clarify it, get it nice and clear.
Long process, right?
It's not as long as wine that you would take a full year to make a batch, but it's about the same as most of the craft beers, most of the ales.
Nonetheless, very involved. And we're going to learn step by step this morning what goes into brewing. I guess you would call it brewing cider, right?
I do. I don't know if I'm right.
Brewing, crafting, scientificing. We're making it. We're making it happen this morning, live and local here, as I said, in the Apple Valley, right here in Penrose. And you better hold on tight. You're on for a wild ride, my friend. We like to have fun, and we are ready to get apple sauced.
Wow. That's good.
She's scary with a clipboard.
Yeah. That guy should watch out. All right, Lauren, thank you.
Good morning, guys. This morning it is all about the Big Apple, but we're not talking about New York City. We're going to clarify coming up next.
When it comes to the labor involved during the brewing process itself.
Well, right now, Lauren McDonald is live and local at the newest cidery in Penrose. It's Apple Valley Cider Company, learning how to brew cider. This sounds very interesting, Lauren. Good morning.
Especially, I was talking about peach cider earlier.
Boo! We're not the Big Apple, but apples are certainly a big deal here in Penrose. This is the Apple Valley here, just outside of Pueblo. So here with Kevin Williams, Apple Valley Cider Company. This is your business. You're the owner and founder. You guys started last year in July?
Yeah.
All right, so you've made your dream come true, right?
Well, on the way to
working on it at least, right?
Yeah.
It's happening. So we talked about the different process of brewing beer and brewing cider because you've been a craft brewer for a very long time.
Yep.
Right? So second step of this process.
Next, what we do is clarification. So we'll start in the fermentation tanks. When it's done with fermentation, it's a little bit cloudy, and so we'll drop the temperature and do a process with statically charged silica that attracts the yeast and drops it down to the bottom of the tank, and then we'll go through our little filter. So this is a plate filter. It uses these little filter papers, and the filter papers go in between all of the plates in the filter.
So does it matter which way it goes?
Yeah, actually it does. So the first one will go that direction, and it just drops it down onto those two little tabs, and then slide the next plate over. And then the next one goes the other direction. So it faces the opposite direction.
It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. And then back the other direction again. Oh,
that way.
There you go. And you do that through the whole thing, and there's two stages to this. So the first stage can be done with a coarser filter, and everything comes through one side, flows to the other side, and then goes into a second stage where you can put in a finer filter, and then it flows through the opposite direction, out the other side, and into our finishing tank.
Right. And this is not your full-time gig just yet.
No.
Right?
No, I am still an IT guy for 40 hours a week.
We're going to make this come the main deal of business, right?
Maybe someday.
Well, we know you like to craft cider for sure. Been doing it for about 15 years at home and professionally. So we appreciate you. Thanks for having us out this morning. Can't wait to try this cider. You have 3 main kinds right now. Going to expand, hopefully, in the future. We're going to give those a taste test. Abby, Craig, and Matt, I am so sorry I forgot to text you guys this morning that reminder to wear your apple bottom jeans today, just so that we can celebrate.
Oh, man. And the boots with the fur.
I know.
Right.
Those two.
This sounds so good. I love apple cider.
Yes.
So this is pretty interesting stuff here.
Very exciting. Thank you so much, Lauren.
Thanks.
Good morning, everybody. We are live and local in Penrose, and from the barrel to the bottle, we are crushed, we are crafted, we are talking cidery. Live and local coming up next.
Cider is one of the fastest growing beverages in popularity, gaining attention as crisp, refreshing, and delicious.
Yes, Penrose is known for its fruit orchards and is now home to Colorado's newest craft cidery. That's, of course, where we find Lauren McDonald right now, live and local from Apple Valley Cider Company. Lauren, good morning.
It's neat, it's sweet, it's a delicious treat. You got that right. We are talking about cider. I love cider. And another person that loves cider, Kevin Williams here. You just opened Apple Valley Cider Company about 8 months ago, and you are distributing around Colorado.
Southern Colorado, yeah. We're in Fremont County and Pueblo County right now, getting ready to move into Colorado Springs.
Right, don't have an official taste room yet.
No.
But maybe one day.
Yep,
right?
Absolutely. We'd love to.
And if people are interested in tasting your craft cider, is there any certain places they can check out here in the Pueblo area?
So we have a lot of locations in Pueblo and Canyon City, Florence, and Penrose. Nobody that's doing tasting on a regular basis, but this weekend or this coming Friday the 16th, we'll be tasting at Jewett's in Canyon City. And then the Friday following that, we'll be tasting at Cheers in Pueblo West.
Very nice.
And so there's tastings coming up in a lot of
Everywhere.
different
Just check
places.
the
We're going to
website,
do beer
check the
festivals.
Facebook.
Absolutely. Our Facebook page, we always put where we're going to be and who we're going to be talking to.
Apple Valley Cider Company. All right, so walk me through the process. We've talked about the fermenting, we've talked about the clarifying. Now we got to put the bubbles in it, right?
Yeah, so the next thing is carbonation. And so this tank holds pressure. There's a stone in the bottom of this tank that is like an aquarium bubbler, but with tiny, tiny little holes so that the bubbles, when the CO2 comes out of the stone, go directly into solution. And so it carbonates a lot faster than it would with just pressure alone.
And you told me earlier, I found this very hard to believe, that actually you think about brewing or making cider, it's actually similar to making wine, more similar to making wine than it is to making beer.
Right, so cider kind of falls in between. You make beer from grain, you make wine from fruit. So since it's made from fruit, it's technically a wine, but it also is less alcohol and it's carbonated more like beer. So it's kind of hard to categorize it as either one.
Right, 3 main flavors. We're going to try those a little bit later. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the bottling process and everything that goes into this great plan that you have executed, right? You've opened your own, you've been a brewer, I said, for 15 years, so you know what you're doing, and how does it feel that this has come to life?
It's been pretty exciting, and everybody's been really, really welcoming, and it's gotten a great reception.
Very nice. As I said, I cannot wait to try it, guys. I'm sure you can either. Apple Valley Cider. Check them out at applevalleycider.com and also on Facebook. Apple Valley Cider Company.
I just found him on Facebook. You can search either way, company or co.
And that guy is out of control. He needs to calm down. I know it's exciting, but come on. Yes, okay. I can't wait to try it. I love cider.
Yeah, me too. Brings them back, the peach kind.
Okay, noted.
Lauren, thanks.
Peach.
7:26 right now. Let's go.
You got that right, Craig. It is light, it is crisp, it is refreshing, it is tasty, and it's been around since 55 BC. We are live and local from the latest craft cidery in southern Colorado. That's coming up next.
744 right now, founded in 2017, Apple Valley Cider Company was born from a love of craft brewing and cider making.
Well, right now, Lauren McDonald is live and local at Colorado's Apple Valley, checking out the science behind cider. Lauren, good morning. What you got?
Good morning, guys. I wish I had apples to juggle right now. I don't, but we have well, they're not beers. It's cider, right? I'm not going to try to juggle those. You know what they say? The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Well, that is especially true this morning here in Penrose, which is known as the Apple Valley of southern Colorado. Here with Kevin, you are the owner and operator and founder of Apple Valley Cider Company. You guys just started selling your products in January.
Yes.
So we are here live and local this morning, and really, you have a long history here in Penrose. You were born here, you were raised here, and now you have your own business here.
Yep. My family's actually been here for 5 generations, so I grew up here walking to school, walking past apple orchards, picking apples on the way to school to eat in the morning, and just, it's
there you go. Take an apple for
home.
breakfast, right?
Yep,
all right, so cider in general has been around for a really long time, since 55 BC. We looked that up on the internet, guys, the World Wide Web. So been around for a long time, kind of faded, but now it's really making a comeback.
Yeah, it really is. It was really big in this country before Prohibition, and just didn't come back like beer and wine did after Prohibition was over. So, and it's still really big in Europe, England. There's a lot of countries that cider is a big deal, and we're starting to see that again in the United States. A lot of cideries are coming back. A lot of people are more interested in it, discovering it or rediscovering it. So.
Right.
Looking
you guys
forward
have
to that. 3
key flavors here at Apple Valley Cider Co. This is actually the bottling machine. So how does this work?
So since cider is carbonated, or since our cider is carbonated, it has to be bottled under pressure so the carbonation doesn't release and come out of it during the bottling process. So this machine, it pressurizes the bottles and fills them with CO2 before it fills them with cider, so that it doesn't bubble and foam out as the bottles are filled.
Very nice. I love your labels too. We're going to talk about those in our next segment. I'm actually going to get to label one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's hope I put it on straight. Kevin Appleseed, forget Johnny. This guy knows what he's doing when it comes to the apples and making them hardcore. We're talking about hard cider all morning long, live and local from Apple Cider Valley Co.
You mixed it up.
That's
Apple
right.
Valley Cider Co.
I love it. Sometimes I do the co, sometimes I do the company, whatever I'm feeling. I think it's
Sure.
great.
Yeah, just you do what you do, you, Lauren.
You do
I
you.
do me every day.
I love it.
Hey everybody, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, especially when it's consumed from a bottle. We are live and local from Apple Valley Cider Company, coming up after the break.
Thank you so much, Ashley. 8:18 right now. Brewing beer and making cider are similar, but also very different, especially when it comes to the labor involved during the brewing process itself.
Yes, and right now, Lauren McDonald is live and local at the newest cidery in Penrose, Apple Valley Cider Company, now learning how to brew cider. Lauren, good morning.
Listen, you two didn't wear your apple bottom jeans, but we're making up for it. Me and Kevin Appleseed here, we are making apple bottled dreams, and we're making them all come true today. That is because we are live and local at Apple Valley Cider Company here with Kevin Williams, owner and operator. You guys just started distributing in January, and all your dreams are coming true, right?
Yeah.
Cider dreams.
Working
All right, so we've walked through the whole process of making cider. Now comes down to the labeling process, and you're going to show me how to do that.
Sure. So our little labeler is pretty straightforward. You pop the bottle in, and it rolls the label on.
Oh, very nice. Hard to mess that one up, right?
It's pretty good.
Well,
You want to give it a try?
I'll give it a try. All right, so we'll switch places. And tell everybody about your label and how you designed the labels.
So we used a website called CrowdSpring to do our logo and our labels. The logo, we put it out on the internet as a project on CrowdSpring, and a lot of different graphic artists submitted ideas, and we picked the one we liked the best. And then we did the same thing with the logo. We added the label, or the logo, I mean, we added the logo to a label project, and then had people use our logo to make a label, and then we picked the one that we liked from there as well.
So really, this is two different artists in one label.
Two different artists, yeah.
Very
So the artist that designed the logo is in England, and the one that did the labels is in California.
Wow. Two different parts, right?
Yeah.
Coming together in Penrose, the Apple Valley. I love it. All right, so before you had to make the labels, you had to decide how to craft the cider. I got to think that a lot goes into that. Long process before you get your signature flavors.
Right. So I've been doing cider for probably 15 years, and you know, we did a lot of batches that we had to work on and fine tune, and then we came down to these last three. The peach was inspired because my dad is a big peach fan. Everything he likes peach anything. Semi-sweet, just the traditional apple cider. And then black currant, I actually had a different black currant cider that was the inspiration for that one. So
Okay, very nice. 3 flavors right now. You hope to expand in the future.
we're gonna do something fun with local fruit in the fall, and then we'll do other flavors as we design some new recipes.
Very nice. So this
Have
is
you-
not your full-time gig right now, right? You're doing this on the side right
Right.
now, so you're kind of a one-man band. Are you accepting applications?
I
He's like,
will
"Nah,
hopefully eventually
no."
meet a lot of people.
Right? All right, well, I can be your labeler. This is easy. Can't really mess this up, like I said. All right, from the apple to the glass, we are showing you how it's done. Speaking of glass, we're going to do some taste testing next, right? Because I have yet to try these. I'm really excited.
I'm looking forward to it too.
All right. High-class beverages, my friend, for anyone. Sweet,
That's right.
savory, crisp.
Penrose bringing the world together.
Yes, I love that it's local,
Right.
and it's the cider thing, like they said, it's really taking off, and
Right.
I've been a fan for a long time, so glad to see some more local businesses getting
Sure.
involved.
Craggers, you might not rock the skinnies, but we all know you love to rock those apple bottoms. And guess what? They're making a comeback, much like crafted cider. We are live and local from Apple Valley Cider Company, coming up next.
And beverages in popularity, gaining attention as crisp, refreshing, and delicious.
And Penrose is known for its fruit orchards and now home to Colorado's newest craft cidery. And that's where, of course, we find the apple of our eye. Lauren, live and local from Apple Valley Cider Company. Good morning.
Yes, good to see both of you. And guess what? Apple Rentley Cider's making a comeback here in Penrose, because you know what? It's been around for a very long time, but this is really Apple Valley of Colorado, right?
Yep.
Kevin Williams, owner, operator, and founder of Apple Valley Cider Company, however you want to go with it. So, yeah, you've been doing this for about 15 years, and you just started with your own business in January.
Yep. And we just got our first bit of recognition too. The black currant cider got second place for best sweet wine at the Flavor of Pueblo wine show last week.
Very nice. Well, you're off to a great start. And really, cider is making a comeback. It's been around for a very long time.
Yep, I think so. You know, for the past few years, there have been a lot more craft cideries open up and a lot more commercial cideries just around the country.
Very cool. All right, so we're going to do a taste test. This first one, you describe it.
The first one
Tell
is
me what it
peach.
is.
So this is apple cider fermented with pureed peaches. And we were going for not too sweet, a little bit sweet, but a lot of peach flavor.
Very refreshing.
A lot of peach aroma, very crisp, very refreshing.
That's what I love on a very hot day,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Nothing like a good cider. All right, so the
Or
next
at 9
one.
o'clock in the morning. Which I
Yeah,
always hear.
exactly.
So the next one is black currant. It's the same idea. It's apple cider fermented with pureed black currants, and that is the one that got recognized last week at the wine show.
Very cool. It's like a unique taste.
Yeah, so black currant is a little berry that little tart berry that grows on a climbing vine. They actually grow around Colorado. Not a lot of people really know about it, though. I've answered that question. What is a black currant? I don't know how many times.
Well, you know, that's all that matters, and you know how to craft it into a cider. All right, and then we go to the OG, the original gangster of them all.
Semi-sweet apple. So again, just a little bit sweet. A lot of the commercial ciders are a little too sweet for my taste, so I was trying to go for a little more of a balance between the tart and the sweet.
Well, they're all very good. I'm a big cider fan. What's your favorite flavor?
I go back and forth. It's hard to say. I probably like the peach the best, but the semi-sweet is really good with a lot of different foods. So it goes really well with something like pizza or like barbecue. Something with a sauce that it really kind of cuts it and
Right, and that's
finishes
something
it really.
that's really unique. A lot of people haven't dove into that yet. Cider and food pairings is something that's probably going to begin to take off
So yeah,
as well.
We talk about beer food pairings and wine food pairings all the time, but nobody's really done a lot with cider and food pairings. So we really want to do that.
Very cool.
So
Hardcore.
any chefs out there that want to team up and
There
do some
you go.
cider and
Shout
food
out
pairings?
to the chefs.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen. Cider and chefery. We're gonna do it, right? Tell you what, this is hardcore. You are a hardcore Kevin Appleseed. We appreciate you having us out. If you guys want any information, be sure to check applevalleycider.com. Grand opening April 7th.
April 7th. Find us on Facebook and find the event. We're gonna have everybody out to the building here and have some snacks and some music and taste some cider.
Dilute with fruit. There is nothing rotten about these apples right here. It's time for me to go get applesauce. We'll see you folks tomorrow morning.
All right. Thanks.
8:47.